Joel here with Bodycam Breakdown TV. Today's footage comes from Crime Time Cam. If you want to watch the original video without my commentary or breakdown, I'll have the full footage linked below so you can watch it start to finish. What begins as a routine traffic stop quickly spirals when both occupants of the vehicle become confrontational with officers almost immediately. As tensions rise and communication starts to break down, the encounter unfolds into something far more chaotic than anyone expected at the start of the stop. The breakdown starts now.
Can you tell me what you pulled me over for?
Yes, if you roll your window all the way down for me and provide me with your driver's license and your insurance.
On that side, she's not over here, she's over there.
Absolutely not.
What is the problem? Wait a minute, what is the problem?
I'm right around the corner with my driver's license. It's at the house.
But what is the problem?
What did I get pulled over for? Hold on, where's my phone at? I want to record this.
What did she do?
What are you? You're Grundy, right?
Yeah.
So what are you pulling over for?
When a stop starts with resistance to basic questions, it can make it harder for officers to move through the encounter efficiently. Right now, the focus isn't really on debating the stop, it's on whether both sides can establish enough communication to keep the situation from escalating further.
Because you guys been harassing me for days. And
I've never met you.
You guys been harassing us for real.
Because the last time you guys pulled me over, you told me to go before I talked to you.
What's going on, bro? Why did she get pulled over?
No, what did I do to get pulled over?
Provide me with your driver's license and your insurance.
I'm not giving you my driver's license until you tell me what I did wrong.
That's not how this is going to work, ma'am.
Yes, that is how it works.
Unfortunately, okay, listen to me. You're not the driver. I'm going to speak with the driver.
You're over here on my side, though. She's over there.
I don't want to stand in the roadway.
The officer is trying to keep the interaction organized while also managing the safety risks that come with a roadside stop. Something as simple as where people are standing or who is speaking can have a big impact on how safely the situation unfolds.
That's a safety issue, right? Do you understand that?
I said do your thing, bro.
Give me your driver's license and your insurance card, please, ma'am.
What I did.
Let me make myself very clear.
Wait a minute, baby. Hold on, baby.
Call Will County.
Hold on.
Roll down your window or you're under arrest. Step out of the car.
Wait a minute.
Step out of the car.
Okay, you hear this, you guys?
He's
threatening me more.
Here's what's going to happen.
I don't want him to get out the car because I'm afraid of him.
At this stage, officers are trying to gain more control over an encounter that's becoming increasingly difficult to manage from the driver's seat. Recording the interaction is generally not what concerns officers here. The bigger issue is that communication has broken down, making it harder to resolve the stop without further escalation.
Yeah.
Okay.
You hear this, you guys? I want everybody to hear this because I'm live right now.
That's fine. You can be as live as you want. I'm letting you know you're not providing me with your name and your date of birth, and you're not stepping out of the vehicle. Okay? It's as simple as that. It's not a big deal. You're turning this into a bigger deal than it needs to be.
You're breaking my rights. You're taking my rights away. That's why I'm making a big deal.
Step out of the vehicle.
That's what you got to say to that.
Step out of the vehicle.
You can tell the officer is still trying to gain voluntary compliance instead of immediately forcing the issue. The challenge is that the longer the conversation circles around the same points, the harder it becomes to move the stop forward and regain control of the encounter.
So you hear this? This man right here, you see this? They've been harassing me. I got him on video.
I've never met you a day in my life.
And everything else.
I have never met you one day in my life.
They've been following me through the town. Yes, this right here.
I have never seen you guys a day in my life. You guys have, neither of you have met me before.
Mike, I got my proof. I don't care what you got.
I don't know who you are. This is my first time talking to you. So how am I harassing you if I have never met you before?
The officer appears to be reaching a point where talking alone may not be resolving the situation. Once an encounter gets to this stage, every decision becomes more important because the options available to both sides are starting to narrow.
This is my car, not hers.
Okay, let's get out of the car.
You're not going to harm me because
I'm not going to harm you. You're absolutely right.
Don't touch me.
Get out of the car.
Don't touch me.
You're under arrest. Get out of the car.
You didn't tell me what I did.
Get out of the car.
What are you under arrest for?
No.
Get out of the car. You're under arrest.
Will County's got to come here. Will County's got to come here first.
Get out of the car. I will drag you out if I have to.
You're not touching me. You.
Absolutely not.
Notice how the focus has shifted away from the original reason for the stop and toward the interaction itself. Once officers reach this point, gaining physical compliance often becomes much more difficult, especially when tensions have been building throughout the encounter.
Get out of the car.
No.
Listen to me. I'm going to drag you out of the car.
I'm afraid.
I don't care. Get out of the car.
You better take
Get out of the car. I'm going to put my hands on you and I'm going to physically remove you. I'm going to physically remove you from the car.
Now what? Hold on.
Don't touch me.
Can I step
Walk back there. Walk back there.
Walk back there.
Walk back there.
Walk back here.
I'm going to put my hands on. Put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back. Your hands behind your back.
You can hear the officer chuckle briefly as she makes her way to the back of the vehicle. Moments like this can sometimes break the tension for a second, even in an encounter that has been difficult to manage from the start.
Put your hands behind your back.
Yep. I want both your name and badge numbers.
So, I'm searching the vehicle. You guys have shake on the ground. It's not. Hold on. It's not a big deal.
It's not shake. That's what I'm trying to explain to you.
Cannabis.
You keep calling that shake.
Cannabis. Shake. Okay, but hold on. Now you have a corner-tied bag.
Bro, you trying to give me reasons.
The officer appears to be reaching a decision about how he's going to handle the passenger moving forward. When repeated attempts to gain cooperation aren't working, officers will often reassess their approach and decide what options remain available.
Okay, so...
You're still putting me in something that ain't got nothing to do with it.
Let me talk for just a second.
Go ahead.
Please, Dwayne. I will take you to jail if I have to, but I don't want to. Let me make myself very clear to you, okay? I am going to search your person, all right? I will gladly explain to you the reasons why if you want to listen to me, but if you're just going to yell at me, then I'm not going to explain it to you. You want me to explain the reasons?
Please.
The officer is about to explain why the encounter is expanding beyond the original traffic stop. When something is discovered during an investigation, officers will typically communicate what changed and why additional steps may now be necessary.
There's cannabis shake on the ground. My dog alerted to the odor of narcotics inside of the vehicle. When I search the vehicle, I find an empty corner-cut bag with an off-white powdery substance residue that was inside of it at one point, okay? All of that gives me probable cause to be able to search your person.
Can I talk?
Yes.
First of all, I'm going to say it again. I know my rights. I have nothing to do with your traffic stop. She's in the backseat. She operated the vehicle. Secondly, I have nothing to do with your traffic stop.
The passenger seems focused on distancing himself from what was found, but the officer is looking at the situation from a broader perspective. This is where people sometimes misunderstand an investigation. Simply not being the driver doesn't automatically mean officers are finished asking questions or taking additional steps.
Whatever you think you found the SAR, that got nothing to do with me. I'm the passenger. I'm not operating the vehicle.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying, though. So why do I need to be searched?
Because I'm telling you. So if you tell me that you have something on your person that's illegal...
I don't have nothing. But I'm saying, why would you want to touch me, though?
Okay.
Hold on, man.
At this point, the officer appears to be reaching the end of the discussion phase. When repeated explanations and opportunities to cooperate aren't changing the interaction, officers may decide it's time to move forward with a different course of action.
Well, what you doing, bro?
Put your hand behind your back.
What's in my back pocket? What's going on?
Just put your hands behind your back.
What's
just for
going
now.
on? What's in my back pocket, bro?
It looks like a couple crack rocks.
There ain't no crack rocks in my back. Dude, bro, there ain't no crack rocks in my pocket, bro. Bro, that's not nothing. Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait, bro. Wait.
Let go.
Wait.
Let go.
Already let go.
Let go.
I'm trying to move your hand.
Let go.
What began as a routine traffic stop ultimately ended with both occupants being taken into custody after the encounter continued to escalate throughout the investigation. Authorities later charged both individuals with resisting arrest and drug possession. One of the biggest takeaways from this incident is how quickly the focus shifted away from the original stop and onto the interaction itself. Throughout the encounter, officers repeatedly attempted to gain cooperation and explain what was happening, but as communication continued to break down, the options available to resolve the situation became increasingly limited. How do you think this encounter was handled? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Alright guys, that's gonna wrap up this breakdown. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to Bodycam Breakdown TV, and share this with someone who enjoys real-world police footage and analysis. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next breakdown.